Welcome back to Grade 7 Math, lesson number 1.3, Area of a Triangle. Now, before we continue, if you have not watched the video for lesson number 1.2, you must close this video, go back to YouTube, and watch lesson number 1.2, Area of a Parallelogram. It's really important because the things that were covered in the lesson 1.2 video really feed into this video. In our last class, or last video, we learned how to develop the formula used to calculate the area of a parallelogram by dividing a rectangle into two pieces and rearranging the two pieces. Today, we are going to use a similar method to develop a formula for calculating the area of a triangle. Okay, so we start off with a square. Now, we draw a diagonal line that runs from the upper left corner of the square to the bottom right corner. Now, if we pull the two halves of the square apart, what two shapes do we get? When we cut a square, or a rectangle, in half, we get two triangles. Therefore, we also cut the area in half. When measuring triangles, we use the terms base and height. Now, if the area of a square / rectangle is length times width, the area of a triangle can be found using this formula. Area equals 1/2 base times height. And just as with squares and rectangles on parallelograms, area is measured in square units. Here's something important to keep in mind. If the triangle is not right-angled, we measure the height by drawing a straight vertical line. We do not use a diagonal side for the height. This is just like what we did for parallelograms. Okay, here we have a triangle that is not right-angled. We cannot use one of the diagonal sides. The height must be a completely straight vertical line. Okay, so let's try a couple of examples. In this triangle, the height is 7, the base is 4. And I find a lot of students actually prefer to write the area like this. So area equals 4 times 7, that's base times height, and then 1/2 really means the same thing as dividing. So we can say 4 times 7 divided by 2. Well, 4 times 7 is 28, and 28 divided by 2 is 14. So our area is 14 centimeters. You got it squared. Very important. Alrighty. Put the video on pause and give this one a try. Here's an interesting problem, which I'm going to let you try out at home. How can we calculate the base of this triangle? Okay, so the area is 20 square centimeters, or 20 centimeters squared. The height is 5. How would I find out the base? Again, this is where everything that we learned in our algebra unit is really going to help. Because we're going to need to take our triangle area formula and we're going to need to solve it algebraically, in this case, in order to get the base. All right, so I have assigned 2 math videos for one day. So just as I said for the previous video, I'm not going to assign all of the questions which you see here. Rather, in tomorrow's class, I'm going to give you a mixture of parallelogram questions and triangle questions. Okay, but please do make sure that you have completed all of the sample questions which were included on this video and the previous video. And until tomorrow's class, this concludes today's video.